Welcome back to the channel. Today we are having a test drive for 48 hours with the Polestar 2. As you can see, there it is. We have been given this car for 48 hours to see how we can live with the vehicle. So I'm going to try and look at the test drive and drive the car and see if the battery is as good as they say, the improvements that they've brought in Polestar. So I'm going to Birmingham, NEC in Birmingham, and we'll see how we get there and what percentage we have. Straight away, as you can see, it's saying 210 miles, 63% battery. So what we're going to is 13 degrees out there, 13 degrees today. It looks a bit foggy, and we will see where we are going. I will just put it on the map now, then we can see what it says. Let's close that. Let's go maps. Then we go NEC Exhibition Center. There we are. Birmingham. See, it says I will arrive there with 32% on arrival, 1% on return. So it does believe I can come back. It believes I can go from Peterborough to Birmingham and back with 63%, and I'll return with 1%. I know there's a Tesla charger in Kettering, so that's the one that I'm earmarking. It's opened up for non-Tesla drivers, so that's the one that I'm looking at using, or using the rugby services, which is a good setup as well there. So that is my journey. 73 miles, takes an hour and a half, and I should get there with 32%. So we will see if it says the same thing. It says 63% there. See you on the way in Birmingham. There's a loud sound that it makes on the locking of the doors and all that. It's a bit too loud for my liking. Makes it feel a bit cheap. But the car itself, it drives well. I've managed to find myself a comfortable sitting position. So yeah, really nice to drive. It's the mileage that I want to really look at, and you know, we are in May now, so it's a bit brighter for normal winter weather. So I'm going to drive it as normal as I can. 60 mile where it's 60 mile and 70 mile where it's 70 mile. I'm not going to drive it like a boy racer. I'm too old for that nowadays. So I'm just going to drive it as well as it should be driven and see how we get on. So we've arrived now in NEC Birmingham, and I've parked up. The car has arrived with 38%, and it says 130 miles left. So we've done 5% better than what it had said on the map when we left Peterborough. So this is all good. We are now going to jump on the bus and see what the day has. Then we'll quickly go back home and see. We finished what we needed to do. We are done in NEC, and nice car park as you can see, but it's extortionately expensive, absolutely expensive. So we are now setting off back to Peterborough. The car says it's got 38%, 130 miles. I know it's about 76. It's 76 to the house. Arrival suggested 9% on arrival. So, you know, early on it was saying 1% when you come back, but now it's saying 9% because we've saved a bit of electricity. 38 miles, 130. So to get to Peterborough is about 76. So hopefully that should be enough. The car drives absolutely fine. It's got cruise control, although it doesn't really show exactly, it doesn't really give you the distance with the car in front of you. So really not that great in that option. You know, we just press the cruise button here and it's at 64. If you press the plus, it goes to 65. So it goes up by fives, you know. And the other thing is the gasometer also goes down by 10 mile an hour every time. So you don't know whether you are higher than the 10 or on the lower side of the 10. I hope I'm making sense. If you are on 110, is it saying, you know, you still have a bit more, you are moving from 120 to 110, or is it saying you've got 110, you're moving down to 100? That's what I don't understand. So it's a bit... Right, welcome again. We are home. We've arrived. I arrived back home with 40 miles left and 13%. And it's registered 504 miles. So we've done what, at 25.9 kilowatt hour per 100 miles, and it's 14 degrees. That hasn't changed from the beginning. We left with it was 210 miles, I believe, when we left, and we have come back with 40. So I used 150 and it was 75 miles. So yeah, it kind of registers exactly what you have. And yes, I did have a few savings. It was thinking I was going to come with 1%. When I left earlier in the morning, I've come back with 13 miles. So I've gone to Birmingham and back from Peterborough, 150 miles, and I've come back with 40 miles. Yes, I've lost some due to the weather and speed and resistance here and there. But yeah, the efficiency is not that bad. Efficiency is quite good, actually. Looking at it, it is quite good. It's not a bad motor. It's done its job. And the only thing that, is the few things that I highlighted during the way, and this, it seems to hide drinks. You have to open this to have the second one there, and the fact that cruise control is here, but when you are moving, when you're on cruise control, it doesn't use the radar system to show the car in front, or to drive itself and reduce the speed and do all sorts of that. So there is one problem there. So it is a good car, and one that I would recommend. If anyone is thinking of buying a Polestar, I think it's a good car. I think the efficiency is good. It does, after 100 mile gasometer, it comes down in fives. So I engineers here, surely you can do this. It doesn't need to come down in 5s. It has to come down in 2s or something like that. Never mind coming down in 10s as it does, from 200 to 100. It coming down in 10s. And again, as I said, I didn't know whether I was above the 10 or I was below the 10. For instance, when it's saying I've got 100, is it saying I'm between 110 and 100, or is it saying I'm in 190? That's my explanation there. I hope I'm making sense, because it's coming down in 10s. Is it on the upper 10 or the lower 10s? So yeah, it's good motor, but one that will, an update should sort that out, surely. Polestar, if you're listening, if you're watching this, do update that. And yeah, the car drives fine, sitting position is good. Anyway, do subscribe to the channel. Let's go electric together, and see how it goes.